Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So happy to see you today. I love you guys. Thank y'all for showing up. I want to tell everybody I love your likes, shares, your comments, your subscribes. Thank you for spending time with me and sharing my view on life. And I love it. I would have never dreamed there were as many people. Come here, honey. Come on. Come on, baby. I love ya. Okay, so excuse the mess behind me. Excuse me because I have been out weeding this morning my watermelons and corn and cucumbers and green beans that are coming up. I feel so awesome. Today is a Creator's View reading, and I've been getting downloads and, praying, meditating, and really working hard on making sure I get this message through because it's really important. Let's see what we get on the dice. Today, the moon is in Leo, so I hope you guys are feeling really good, really passionate about life, loving yourself. Excuse me. Dust, probably. Anyway, loving yourselves and remembering who you are. And who are you? You're that 4-year-old child, right? You remember back to when you were 4 and how much excitement you had for life. Well, you can be that child again. You just go and retrieve that baby. We've talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it again today in a new way. Okay, we have Uranus, thinking outside the box, innovative. Anything you can think about pushing boundaries, like in our expansive world that we are, like reaching out like an Aries, not Aries, oh my God, where's it at? Aquarius. This is the planet that rules Aquarius, which is innovative ideas, bringing up things that other people haven't really talked about or explained before, or putting it in a way to where it all fits together and it works for everybody, which nobody ever thought could do. Uranus is like out there, like it's the furthest planet out that we know of that we can see, always reaching to expand and grow and think outside the box, anything outside the box. And this is on Virgo. We've got Virgo here. So Virgo is all about service to others, service to the collective, service to family. Virgo is all about service, and we have here a 6. Yeah, it's at the top, so we read it as a 6. We put the dot at the top of the dice, which is about balance and harmony. And, that's really funny because the message God wanted me to bring in today is balance, a message of balance and harmony. Knowing the difference between fear and faith, they're the same thing but opposite sides. And that either one you can manifest. So if you're fearful, God wanted me to talk about fear and faith. Fear is when you're afraid you're not going to get what you want. And faith is the patience and knowing that sooner or later you're going to get what you need, right? So there's a difference, right, between fear and faith. A little bit of oddity there going on. I've got some notes I took from the downloads that God gave me, and we're just going to pull this out. Oh my God, I got the pillar. Okay, a pillar believes it's set up as a sign of faith. I can be a pillar of strength. I can be a pillar of faith. I can believe it's going to come, and that I don't have to have it right now, that there could be a waiting period, or there could be work to do, or I might need to prepare myself for that, what I want, and I just don't know what direction to go in yet. But never ever, and to wait. The starfish lays at the bottom of the ocean, looking up at everything, examining it, waiting, feeling, very sensitive creatures of starfish. Unique and original. You don't find a lot of them. What do we got here in this? Oh, I had it upside down. Okay. We have a bunny rabbit playing badminton. It's a game. Life is a game. And your mind has been programmed since you were that little 4-year-old child that we were talking about, that you want to go and retrieve, look, the rocking horse, so that you can ride your horse and be happy, right? Find your joy and happiness of what you were like before everybody programmed you to be that, what they wanted you to be, because you were a part of them, whether parents, grandparents, friends, to be in the crowd, to be like them, to be like this, to be like that. Where in all actuality, the program is about what you need to be. How do you want to feel? What do you want to think? And what do you want to believe in? And do you want to believe in it with faith? Right? Okay. Now, our faith is, can go to anything. It can go into material things. It can go into spiritual things. Me, I'm a faith builder in the spiritual world, because when you build yourself up spiritually, then you can build yourself up materially. You were a spirit before you were a body. So it's kind of necessary to discover who you are within yourself as a spirit soul, so that you can solidify that into your material world. And the first world would be your body, right? This is the first world we encounter, is us. And then we encounter mother world and father world, right? Mother world first. So this is creators you. We're using we moon. And I use the moon because she's the closest to Mother Earth that we know of. And so she sees and reflects all things that are in the sun. And so we're going to reflect the mother's opinions on these things, okay? And so what I'm trying to say here now is that there's when we have faith, we don't have a lot of fear. You can't stop everything from not being fearful, because some things we're supposed to be afraid of. But some things aren't. Some things we're supposed to just relax and, trust that God, the universe, the mind of creation, which we know has a mind, because look how organized everything is. It looks like it's chaos, but if you compare it to other planets, it's pretty much heaven, right? It's pretty much a beautiful little nest of whatever we need, if we can get our hands on it, or if we can manifest it into our lives. It's an awful scary place too. And if we focus on the scary things, or the things we're afraid of, or the things we won't get, or the things we can't do, well, fear and faith are one and the same. They're both powerful. You'll get exactly what you expect, right? And so Mother and Father of creation are with us here today. I've got both decks. One for the moon, which we consider a part of divine feminine. And then I've got this deck because it's got a lot of straight lines, and it seems to be, a masculine kind of way. See there? Masculine come up. So that was the first one to come up of the genders, and we're going to let that go like that because that's how I feel about that deck anyway. Okay, and I feel like because of this deck, it's We Moon, this is the mother's deck. And so we're going to explore the mother and father a little bit and their views, or how they want us to see life and love, and how we must come first. Because, remember when we were kids, we could have an argument with a friend and it didn't get so serious. It was like, okay, we've had an argument with a friend. It doesn't mean anything. And then it's like you forget about it and move on forward, right? That's the kind of happy-go-lucky, carefree heart we want to carry with us throughout our life, even into adulthood. We don't want to take things too seriously or personally. Not everybody knows what we know, and we don't know what everybody else knows. Nobody knows what we've been through unless we tell them and explain to them, and we don't really know a whole lot about what other people go through unless they can take the time and explain to us. And, I would never be able to judge anybody on how they want to live their life. You can live however you want, and I'm just saying that if you want to get past all that heaviness, the pain and aches of being disappointed in life, begin, to look at life in faith, knowing that you are special. Because you got to know you're special for the universe to know you're special. And why is that? Well, we're just going to begin right here. Why do we need to reflect out to the universe the things that we need in life, and even justify them by saying we're worth it, right? If we've been doing work on ourselves and we need a vacation and want a vacation, then there is nothing wrong with reflecting out to the universe how you would love to have a beautiful vacation and that you are worth it. Now, I know that's simple things, but, let's talk about other things, and faith and fear. We don't have fear. We have faith in God, and the universe wants us to have what we want. Why? But sometimes it's really necessary to keep the faith, because people we love might be in trouble, or they might not be with us. They might be somewhere out in the world where we can't find them, such as my own son missing for 7 years. I never once ever allowed fear to come into my heart or my mind. I would never think to myself, he's dead. Never, never, never. I knew the universe wanted me to have my children back. Why do we know this? Because it stated how precious a child is. In some countries, it's honorable to watch out for other people's children. Now, my child wasn't in another country. He was not as far away from me as I thought. But the point being, he wasn't in his right mind and he was ill. And I prayed and believed he would be okay. And to my heart and soul, I believe God watched over him to this day. He even tells me he saw angels. So he sees visions just like me. And he was on his own journey just like me. And, it's like it might be father like son, but for us it was mother like son. So he had to go through homelessness and everything just like me. Why? I feared being homeless my whole life, and I was homeless my whole life. The minute by the time I made it to here, I had learned to quit being afraid, because I felt like, the only thing that can really get me now is death. And if, death was after my ass, then that would be up to God, right? And so I just started counting on my faith, my belief in God, and the changing that I was doing to become a better human counted on the account, and that I wasn't expected to be perfect, but just to do my best. And this is what the universe wanted from me. It was my contract. It was my contract, my soul contract. I don't expect you to be perfect because then you're not going to learn anything. I expect you to do your best while you're learning. Endure, persevere, have faith, believe in yourself. And if you can't believe in yourself, believe in God and a good God until you can believe in yourself. Believe that there's something good out there and you're reaching for it until you can believe that you are a part of that. Because I didn't believe it for a long time, that I could be a part of anything that was good. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and pull. Okay, we're talking about faith and believing in it, something that is good. 5 of air. Inspiration. No matter what, believe there is something good. She's working in harmony with nature, with creation. She's listening to her own music. She's playing a tune. She believes in something good. So she continues about her life without stopping. This is Mother Earth. Who else could it be, even though this is an air sign? The trees Mother Earth grew created this air for us. You know, we eventually evolved. I don't know where the trees come from. I haven't found that out yet. But I do look for it often. Where did the seeds come from? How did all this magic on this planet happen when there was a time we looked like, maybe Mars or Jupiter or the moon or just, just go on and think about it. Think outside the box. Fear and faith. If you can't believe that you're good enough to receive good, then begin to believe in a universe that wants you to. That's where I had to start. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that my self-value and my worth of myself was so far away, but we pick up what we learned from our parents. And, the Holy Spirit hasn't been on this planet for a while in mass like it is now. They're powerful. Mother, Father, Spirit right now, our ancestors, life is changing. And we're imbuing back the truth into the people, which is your love. You're born of love. When I think about my babies. When I looked at them, my God, I thought to myself, that's just pure magic, just beautiful. I love my children so much. I just didn't know how to love myself. I could love anything and everything but who I was and what I was, and I didn't even know who I was or what I was. But my family wasn't big on love. My family, me and my son hug at least 2 or 3 times a day. He's 42 years old. I love him. I'm so grateful to have him here. I didn't know about love then. I was looking for love. And when I found love, I realized, oh my God. And where did I find it? With God. My first love was God. Because I saw something good. I thought I saw something good. And I thought, wow, I think I'm going to follow that and see what's going on there. And so, we all need to find good in something. And, God isn't a selfish God, not for real, not the true God. And you know that because when you look outside, your trees bloom naturally. If you've got vegetables in the ground, they come up with a little love and tender water. However you see it, you plant something on this planet and add a little water to it, which is love. emotions, same thing in your mind and heart and soul, it will begin to grow. So you want to plant that seed of love in your heart. Okay, that's what God wants me to tell you right now. That seed, plant that seed in the earth and in your heart, because they're one and the same. Plant the seed of love, and who knows how it'll come up. I mean, love is many different forms and levels and heights and lows. Oh my God, love. Or you can go up high with love, and then you can go way down low with love. It's best to stay somewhere with your head above the water, at least. You know, just be careful with love. It's a dangerous energy, and it's addicting. Love is addicting. And I think that's why I fell in love with God, because I knew it was a sure thing. I could love God, and God was going to love me, but I was going to have to learn my lessons and grow up as I matured in my relationship with God. And so from childhood to now, where I don't carry fear with me anymore, you know, you get to a place where fear, you know, you battle it for so long and it'll go away. It went away because I learned to love myself, and I realized God loved me too, and I love God, and that I was in the best hands possible. That we have destinies, we have accomplishments to acquire on this planet, and they don't all involve money. Some are emotional accomplishments, some are spiritual accomplishments, some are overcoming things, so that in our next life we have a more smoother track. Don't run from anything that God is sending your way. Ask God for the strength and power to overcome it. And above all things, ask God for the power of faith, for the blessing of faith. And when you see fear, you'd be like, no, I ain't, because I'm in the hands of creation. And you are. You're on this planet. You're in the hands of creation. You actually agreed here, probably agreed to come here and to learn. And because everything has been stuck for so many thousands of years, it's really hard to get the tread going, the wheels turning. And that's why we want to make sure we work in faith and never fear. We believe that any good thing we want, God would want for us, whether it's to have security, to have stability, to have what we need in life to make us happy, from, entertainment. I'm talking about the whole shebang, the needs for your emotional needs, to have experiences, your spiritual needs, to be able to fulfill things and feel good about yourself on the inside of your inner world. And our what material needs, we need to have clothes, we need to have shoes. God wants your needs to be fulfilled, always, always. Okay, Creator, what are we saying today? What other message would you like for me to repeat? Repeat. Hold on a minute. Let me look at this. Yeah. Faith or fear both bring results. I wrote that down today. Our true program is that beautiful blueprint of our innate self, child ready to learn. And we learned a lot as we growed up that really isn't the best thing. So we still want to be in that 4-year-old heart. When you go through your inner world, your inner eye, your imagination, you are in the quantum field. You very well can retrieve your inner child and bring it back to you in this day and time, and begin working on healing the child, the life force in the fool, It's a journey of inner healing. Being the parent that the child at that time needed. The parent that is adventurous, ready to go on a journey, ready to teach the child new things, ready to experience new things with the child that will help the child build its mental abilities, its emotional abilities, its capacity, and always challenging. Challenge yourself, challenge your inner child. And if you can't do it right then tell yourself it's okay. We're going to try it again tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, you have to coax yourself along the journey to learn to love yourself, to learn to release fear and surrender these things that no longer serve you, that take from your peace. Prayer flags flying. The end of a season, of a cycles. We want to end these cycles, and we don't want to pass them down to our children. We want to heal ourselves so that we can help our children heal. It's just as simple as that. Prayer flags for all of us. Remembering joy. That's the name of this card. Remembering joy. Remember the joy you had. Go back as far as you can go back to your youngest self and find the happiest they were. And you may have to, like me, my child was always crying. So I had to comfort her through her tears, which have been over the last few years, in order to get my child to where she is now. We never lose it. We want to keep that spirit. That spirit is ours. So, we want to retrieve it back in case we left it behind because somebody was mean to it or something. It wanted to hide. Our inner child is a funny little spirit. Remember, I don't know, I used to be good at hiding. I'd hide all the time. They'd have to look for me all the time. I don't hide no more. Life force and passion. Your inner child will bring back your life force and your passion. And faith will give you the strength and encouragement to know that you're beloved. Be loved. Be loved and believe. Wake up call. Make that judgment. I believe I am loved. God loves me. And I am full of inner child passion. And I want my baby with me. I want to be my own baby. Right? 7 of Air. Community Council. The future is female. Okay. We're talking about mother, though. This is Divine Mother speaking at us right now. The future is female because we are the lovers of life. We do love our children. We do nurture them. We nurture them to life, and then we nurture them forever afterwards. The future is female. So everybody get in touch with your divine feminine energy and love yourself and love your inner child, your inner world, and get back to the innocence, happiness, joy, exploration, journey, foolishness. Foolishness. Be foolish if you want to. I find that hard. I used to be very foolish, but I find that hard. Okay, so we took 3 for divine feminines, and we've got air, air, and air. It's all mental. Oh my God. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Air, air, air. Wow. So, this is about mastering your mind, thinking positive, encouraging yourself, learning to love yourself, Finding something to do, one thing a day that makes you happy with who you are. I got to go back to the 7 minutes of yoga, 20 minutes of weeding a garden, 10 minutes of digging a garden. Do something that's going to make you feel that you can see on the outside as well as the inside. But believe it or not, while you're working in that garden for 10 minutes, it's working on your insides too, your muscles, your mind, your emotions, everything while you're digging in that dirt. I don't even wear gloves. Oh, my fingernails don't look too bad. I got them clean. Yeah, I just love digging in it with my hands. And of course, I've got a shovel and an axe and all these things. But when I'm planting, I dig the dirt away. I plant my seeds. I touch them with my hands. I send love and nurture into them. Yeah, it balances me out, makes me happy. I come in looking like hee hee hee. So find something you love. Another lady told me she loves to paint little houses, and she loves to play while she's doing it. Whatever can make you happy and help you to bring out that inner child. Whether it's playing in the dirt, building miniature houses, feeding the birds, playing with the squirrels. I do all these things around my house. I still live life as though I'm a child. And I am not embarrassed whatsoever. And I advise everybody to find your happiness and joy, whether, wherever it is. And be willing to be foolish. Okay, we're speaking on the Divine Father now. The Divine Father says, Prince of Cups, be willing to be foolish. Prince of Cups. Boy, this guy's a dark guy. Look at that. Scorpio. The scorpion is on there, and he's got a king's hat on his shoulder. Don't be upset about growing up into it, because whether you're starting in your spiritual world or your material world, we have to grow up in our material world really before we can get a grasp on growing our spiritual world. See, emotions, and he looks pretty much emotional. He looks a little frustrated, whether with himself or not. But don't get frustrated with yourself. Mommies and daddies don't get frustrated with the babies when they're let's say they're crawling around and starting to pull things out and make messes and stuff like that. We don't get frustrated with ourselves. What we do is we acknowledge what happened and we sit with it for just a few minutes. You don't have to sit with it long, but you gotta feel it, that you're not very happy. It's got snakes and scorpions and so God says, even if you've been through some dark places in this world, that don't matter. That don't matter. Don't matter how dark places you've been. God is always there for those who are ready to walk back into the light. Their dualities, light and dark, fear and faith. Sometimes our fear will take us to dark places. And so we have to allow that to happen so that we can understand the difference between the energy of the dark places and the places of light. So if anybody out there has been to dark places and they think that because they've been in dark places, they can't come back into the light, oh yeah, you can. And you'll be more powerful than you were before you went into the dark. because you'll know both sides. And God really needs those kind of people. The King wants. You'll be wise. You'd be a leader. You'd be able to help others. Not saying your journey is going to be a trip in and a trip out and I'll see you in a week. No, this is a journey that takes years. Years to go in and years to come back out. It's an ongoing journey. We write a page every day. We turn the page every day. Every day. And so we want to stick to our journey and improve as we go, because look how much lighter and more powerful and more, let me say, gentler he looks. Yeah, much more gentler and less antagonistic. So, sometimes if we're angry at the world, it will take us into dark places. If we don't forgive or if we have fear, these things can actually lead us into the dark places. The Father aspect wants us to know that. Anger and frustration. We had all girls there and we have all masculine here. So we may be talking to the masculines not to let that, to let those stings, turn you into something you're not going to be proud of. You want to come out of it forgiving and loving of all things. Eventually, in time, the more you forgive, the more light you shine. And so we forgive those things. And the more you've had done against you and the more you forgive, the brighter you're going to be. It's a gift. Ace of Pentacles. So if you've suffered and you've been through hell, be proud of that. And now as you're walking back out of hell towards the light, out of the dark into the light, be proud of that too. Be proud that we can go anywhere we want. We can go to hell and live in darkness, or we can turn around, open the door, and walk back out. But you got to go the same distance either way. If you walk into hell 5 miles, you got to walk out of hell for 5 miles. Does that make sense? Yeah. It may take time to unravel and get yourself out of what was dark completely. But we do that. We do that, don't we? We do that. Yes. Well, this means unknown. It's unknown. Will you do it? Can you do it? Are you going to do it? Oh, yeah. I believe in you. Okay? If nobody else does, I believe in you. I know that hell is just a destination. We all get to choose our destination, our destiny. Where are we going? My destination is into the light. I chose it because I didn't like the dark, okay? Call me a scaredy cat, whatever you want, but those were experiences I've already experienced in other lifetimes, and so I. No, gonna go there. Okay, Holy Spirit, what else would you like to say to the collective? Take the last card, the High Priestess. We all have this High Priestess in us. See right here? Open up your pineal gland and travel back in time and grab your child and bring it back with you and begin the journey of healing, the journey of the full, learning who you are and why you're here, right? And at our age, it's the perfect time to do it. Learning who you are and why you're here. forgiving yourself for everything as God would do, because you came to this planet to have experiences, whether good or bad, right? And then it's your choice where you want to go after that when you know the difference between good and bad. Some of us choose to just balance out. Some of us like climb that ladder as high as we can. um, and it's all about how you want to do things in your pace. But all God is saying, fear and faith are the same things. They get results. So use faith instead of fear to live your life. I'm going to pick an archetype. I can't help it. I haven't picked from the archetype deck. I'm going to start again tomorrow, I guess today, right now. I'm starting from this right now. I'm picking an archetype. I love you guys. Let's go with this one. Did I get two? I'm only taking the one on top, the seed. Plant your seed. What kind of seed you going to plant? Plant your seed of faith and watch the beanstalk grow. It doesn't grow overnight like Jack said. Jack's beanstalk was a little magical. My corn has been in the ground for 2 weeks and it's that tall. Okay? But that's pretty magical too, right? So if you could grow in your spiritual world that much, that would be like a whole in the spiritual world on a quantum level. It's like E equals mc squared, which Einstein said, which makes it way more massive. So get that third eye open, get into your high priestess energy, learn to love yourself, forgive yourself for everything, learn who you are and why you're here. Oh, look, there's the Cancer sign right there. And we might even still be in Cancer, Leo. Nope, Cancer was yesterday. Okay. Plant your seeds deep in the earth and harvest. Harvest what you're looking for. Love. Plant the seed of love. You want money? Plant a seed asking God to help show you what you can do to start a career. You want a garden? Go to shopping and get your seeds and take and plant them. Everything's a seed. Every idea, mental, mind. Ideas are seeds. So choose one for yourself and begin investing and watering it with love and investing in yourself, knowing that you are loved, and pull the waters of love down for you too. Okay, guys, I kept you all morning and I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Comments. I love your comments. Mwah. Bye.